Edo, welcome to a very special edition of No Choftes. I'm Stel. I've got two new co-hosts. The gentleman at the bottom is Stavro. He's a fan of the show.
Hello, boys.
He knows about Moldovan football. Stavro, σε καλά φίλε μου?
Yeah, man. Πολλά καλά. Ευχαριστώ που είμαι εδώ.
No, thank you for coming, Phil. I can see ourselves in the background as well. She's the passing Dilorasi, man. Well done.
Yeah. Nice.
You can see
I didn't know you could see the TV. I think so.
No worries, Phil. And joining us is a Moldovan football journalist and knows all about our opponents tomorrow, FC Sheriff. It's Dumitru. Dumitru, welcome to the podcast. Thank you for taking the time. Are you enjoying your trip in Greece at the moment? Because this is where you are right now. Lala.
Yeah. Hi, guys. Glad to see you. I'm in Greece. Downstairs is a party, a Greek party, but I prefer to stay here with you and to talk a little bit about the Surfer match. Yes.
Well, thank
you for the invitation.
No, it's our absolute pleasure, and it's great to have someone on that knows about Moldovan football, knows about our opponents tomorrow. I'd like to thank Emmanuel for putting us in contact. Emmanuel is he's a very good journalist. You know, he does stuff for The Guardian, BBC. I think writes for Josimar as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So he put us in touch. So yeah, thank you, Emmanuel, if you're watching. But yeah.
We even wrote an investigation about strict matches in my country, in the Republic of Moldova. Yeah, and the Sheriff also was involved in this bet deal. Yes.
Oh boy. oh boy. Well, Dumitru, before
we wrote it for Josimar. Yeah. Why I said it, because we wrote it for Josimar. Yeah.
Lovely. Well, before we talk about the game, or we preview the game, can you give us maybe a bit of history about Sheriff? Because in Cyprus, we don't know too much about the club. Can you tell us a little bit maybe about how the club was formed? Just a few things that might interest the fans.
Yeah. Sure. As I said, it's a very difficult topic because, first of all, have you heard anything about Transnistria?
No, not at all. No. Stavro does, because he's half Moldovan, but
Yeah.
It is a self-declared country, in Republic of Moldova. So Sheriff, in fact, is a state within a state. The owner of this club is a former KG officer, whose name is Victor Gujan. Now he is an oligarch, and he's owner of don't recognized by no country in this world, excepting our countries who also are not recognized by international community. So Sheriff is not just a football club. Sheriff, it's the main guys. Do you hear me?
It's cutting a little bit. The coverage is.
I have
a little bit
connection.
Yeah, it doesn't look great. It doesn't look great at the moment. Do you think it's where you're sat, or maybe it's somewhere else? Or okay, Efian. He's going to jump on soon. Stavro, what do you know about this club, Phile? Tell us about this club.
Ελληνικά, English, what you prefer?
Ό,τι θέλεις, φίλε μου.
So I've done a research, and on the topic that Dimitri was saying, basically Transnistria is like we have the other side, and basically on το 1991 έγινε ένα mini war from Russia side in Moldova και πιάντο, it's under υποκατοχή, and in order to pass from Moldova to Transnistria, you need like passport, normal, κανονικά, and borders. Yeah. And Sheriff is located in Transnistria.
Okay.
Yeah. And ο πρόεδρος, όπως είπε ο Δημήτριου, he used to be an officer. And
KGB.
yeah, KGB. Yeah, you know about that. This guy, man, first he built a company, if I'm not mistaken, and it was called Sheriff, but or not, maybe not Sheriff, I'm not sure. And it was a business company. Τώρα αν θυμάμαι what was it about. But then they created Sheriff, let me tell you when, πριν 25 χρόνια, so 97.
Okay.
Yeah, and I
So
think
they're
the
like
name,
the same age as it's like the same age as Ajax, isn't it?
yeah,
Hello.
basically. And first their name was something different, but this guy's name, the president's nickname was Sheriff because he was also a police officer.
Right.
So then the name of Sheriff came from him. And basically in 25 years of existence, they have like 38 trophies. So that should tell you enough. And
Dominance.
Exactly, dominance. And I should say Russian money, my friend.
Of course.
Of course, yeah. And from what they told me and from what I heard, this team and all the staff and the presidents, and that for them, it's not just about dominance; it's about politics as well. Because πιο independent, ξέρεις, on the Russian side. Δεν ξέρω, τώρα θέλουν να πάνε να αλλάξουν πρωτάθλημα, δεν ξέρω, but in the league, it's like you watch highlights from a game in the league and it's like playing in Farmers League, literally. Επειδή I went a lot of times in Moldova and I'm well equipped in that department and πολλά old school. And it's like them, the highlights. I was watching the highlights of their recent game and it was like playing in, when I go to Agagi, στο χωρικό μου, it's like that, man. And so you can understand the level.
Well, and that's all right. I've seen some of their players, Fedos, and I don't recognize many of them. I know Bessie, they had Golovoz, they had a few other Greek players. Jedora, they've got EI.
Your friend, yeah?
Yeah, my best friend. But obviously you've got Bruno from them. But what do you know about this team, Dora? Because I know they've got a Croatian head coach. It's not the same coach as last season, the one that beat Real Madrid. So what do you know about the squad?
Basically, έφυγαν περίπου 13 παίχτες from last year, and they brought in like loans included, and they brought in like 12. Most of their players is African players. Nigeria, Senegal, whatever. They have a few Brazilians, if I'm not mistaken. So, and if you look at their squad, έχουν 3 Μολδαβούς ή 4 που και εκείνοι είναι μισοί, Μολδαβορώσοι. So, καταλαβαίνεις. You don't expect to play Moldavian level. You expect to play something higher, near Russian level, I shall say.
Yeah.
And also, they are the first team in Moldova as well that they brought African and Brazilian players in the league. No other team before them done it. Mostly, they play 4-4-3, if I'm not mistaken. And up front, they have a lot of speed. Αλλά από ό,τι είδα και θυκιάβασα, they are still not the same team as last year. Ακόμα έννενοι. They're not seasoned yet. If you watch their highlights and read and look at some stuff, ακόμα έννενοι τζάμε. Έχουν ατομιστές πολλούς μπροστά. Like για last year, απλά πιάνε την να κάνει τρίπλες, να σουτάρει, να πάει στα άθεμα. They're still at that stage yet, because they have lots of good players, fast players. Ακόμα δεν το ήβραν.
Right. Κατάλαβα. Dumitru, welcome back. I think we have a long-running joke.
Yeah.
No, it's no problem. It's your hotel, isn't it? It's your hotel connection in Greece. It's not. It's not helping you at the moment, is it? No.
So what are you talking about?
Well, we were just talking about the Sheriff squad at the moment and how they are brand new. A lot of players have come in this summer. Many new African players as well. One of them, Iai, was on loan to us last season at Tiemwen, Iai. So he's now at Sheriff. So we're trying to figure out maybe the best system that they're going to play, or maybe if that team has got some kind of unit together, they've gelled, if they're going to play well against us. What do you think?
Oh, for sure, will use 4-3. I know because this coach is his favorite. You hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I think we're having technical problems again, Dumitru. I think we're having problems with this. Well, we are definitely having problems with this. You still there? Oof, it's the Roy curse. It's the curse of Roy. Roy isn't here, so we need someone to replace the bullshit internet. But and Daxi, so they've got a squad which clearly hasn't gelled yet, Philip. Allah, we can't think about that in this game. The Oddie, you never know with European football. And obviously they're the favourites going into this one, isn't they?
Yeah, of course.
So how do you think they're going to play, Philip? What system do you think they're going to play?
I think they're going to play 4-4-3 like they did in the last games.
Yeah.
Έχουν up front, έχουν ταχύτητα, because most of their players up front are really fast. So, εγώ πιστεύω να παίξουμε όπως παίξαμε με Γάνδη. At the back, be solid at the back και μπροστά να έχουμε χώρους. Ο Μπρούνο, εντάξει, Κακουλής παίζει τώρα. I guess Ansari Fard will play. And attack at the spaces. But I think we can dominate the game. I personally think we can keep possession. But I don't know if that's what the coach is going to go for. I think he's going to leave the position to them and let them come at us, probably.
Where do you think their weaknesses are there? Because again, I don't know anything about this team. I don't know anything about them. Xero Bersi, obviously they beat Real Madrid. It's not the same team. And everyone keeps saying, oh, well, that's the only thing we know about them. They beat Real Madrid. I assume that they're doing well in their league at the moment. Xero.
Ναι, but να σου πω αλήθεια, είναι η competition in their league. Χάσαν 5 πρωταθλήματα σε 25 χρόνια, so you can understand. Εγώ νομίζω, generally... Nice.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome, man.
Well, you're 4G now.
Third attention. A new attention. Now must be better.
It's perfect. It's perfect now.
I'm like Gushan, you know? Like the owner of Sharif. He tried for 20 years to achieve Champions League. So finally, maybe...
You got it right.
I have to reach you. Yeah.
well, look, we were just talking about the Sheriff squad and the players that have come in. It's not the same squad as last season. Can you tell us about the players that they've brought in? Any players that we need to look out for that might cause us problems?
Oh, sincerely, I'm not sure even that the coach of Sheriff knows all his new players because they have more than 16 new arrivals, and they sold all the heroes from the last campaign, and I think they loss. They will not be able even to replace such players as Gustavo Dulanto, who played in the center of defense, or Sebastian Thiel, who scored so massive goals at Inter or Real Madrid in the last season, or many others. They had a forward from Kazakhstan, from Uzbekistan, I'm sorry, and now these new players are completely unknown for me, and even our internal championship were launched just 6 weeks ago. Even in Moldova, we can't say anything clear about these players.
But are they top of the league now, Sheriff? Are they doing well in the league?
Yeah, as usual, yes. But Sheriff won 18 or 19 champion titles in Moldova just in this century. I mean, they are Sheriff is a hegemon.
Right.
Yeah. Internal championship is like a work for them, you know.
Right.
Yes, they have a lot of money. They have a stadium which costs $200 million dollars. But now they are based in Chisinau, in the capital of Moldova, not in Transnistria, not in Tiraspol. And this is an important element because they are not able to play on their home stadium. They will play in Chisinau, where people don't agree them, because
Okay.
they don't recognize themselves as Moldovans. You know, Sharif is a team from a self-declared state which tried to follow Russia, which tried to leave behind Russian's wing. Yeah, they have another alphabet. They speak Russian. They have a Cyrillic alphabet. We speak Romanian. We have a Latin alphabet, and we had a war in 91-92. Yeah, and now the situation is completely different. Even the former coach Verni Dub, he being a coach of a pro-Russian team, a Ukrainian coach, he joined the Ukrainian army on 24th February, and all these elements put a huge pressure on players. You know.
It is a very difficult situation, isn't it, for a club like that when they're playing? How many miles are they from their usual stadium, from the normal stadium that they're supposed to be?
70 kilometers, but
Okay.
there is a border. Yeah, there is a border along Dnistru River, and they have a real custom stations. You know, they have several custom stations along the border. They have their own currency. They have their own flag. They have. They're like a real state. They are.
Wow, okay.
There is completely another world. I mean, it is a authentical Soviet city, even city, because it is very small. It is difficult to call it a country.
Stavros was saying before that the club had a different name, and then the president named the club Sheriff because that was he was a police officer. He was a sheriff, so he called the club. Is that right?
Ion Stemițanu, a Moldovan football player, great Moldovan football player, he said me 1 year ago that Gușan also likes a lot westerns, you know, these American movies from 60s.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
and this is the main reason why he decided to call this team Sharif. But also his business is called Sharif. He has a chain of supermarkets, a chain of petroleum stations. He has a TV channel, a telephone company. So everything. I think Gușan is the owner of this region. He's the owner of everything in Sharif, in Transnistria. But we can call this country Sharif. I mean, Sharif country. Why not?
Wow.
It is logic.
So if we look at tomorrow's game and look at the players that can cause Omonoia problems, can you tell us which players we need to look at and think, he's going to be a danger player?
I see here some interesting players who came from Udinese, like Felipe Vizeu. Also, this guy, which you called, you named, I think. Yeah.
He's rubbish. He's shit.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I think he was like player of the month.
So yeah,
he played for us. For
okay.
6 months, and he was the worst. One of the worst players I've ever seen. One of the worst players ever.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe he'll
even,
score against us
you
now.
know,
I say this.
you know, another proof is that Bruno moved to your club because he felt that Sheriff doesn't have a future, a good future in the European Championships.
Well, when Bruno joined us, we knew he came from Sheriff, but before he was in Greece with was it
Okay.
Adromitos and then Olympiacos before that. So we knew about him, but we also knew that the club were trying to bring him in for 3 years. We wanted to sign Bruno.
So you was familiarized with him, yeah?
Yeah, he's done okay. He's only played 3 games. He's done okay. Was he doing well at Sheriff?
What?
Was Bruno doing well at Sheriff? Was he a
Yeah,
good player at Sheriff?
sure. He had a great match against Real Madrid, if I don't mistake. Yeah, and but look, now from the previous staff remained just the actual captain, who even didn't play very often. Radelic, I mean, yeah, and defensive midfielder Kiabu, yeah. All others are new, and even for the coach, it's difficult to organize these players because in internal championship they really don't have problems. They don't have even competitors, but they even can put Moldovan players from their academy because they have a great academy, but they don't use our players. And I can say that Sheriff has a deal with FA Association, our Moldovan FA Association, because some years ago they removed this rule that every team must have at least 5 or 7, I don't remember, or 3 national players, Moldovan players. They removed this rule because Sheriff needed to train their new players, which who came from Trinidad, Tobago, Peru, Africa, all around the world, for free. They just used to sign for free or just to rent them.
Yeah, I know that there's a French player called Steve Ambry that has 3 goals this season. Is he a player that maybe will give Omonoia problems tomorrow?
Steve Ambry, yeah, he scored 3 goals. Yeah, maybe. I tell you, I want to be very sincere. I have no idea, sincerely, and I give you 100% that no one Moldovan journalist have a clear idea who can really create some problems to your team.
Really?
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
really.
Because
Because
new?
before of this stream, I asked my colleagues, and all of them were like, "We have no idea."
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
This is the truth.
Wow.
This is the absolute truth.
I know there's a new head coach as well. He came from Göztepe in Turkey, and it was his name,
Yes.
Stepan Thomas.
Thomas.
Do you know much? Do you know much about him? Is he got a good record? I don't know.
I know just that he played. He worked in Turkey, and his favorite formation is 4-3-3, and we noticed it from the first in the first matches that he used this formation 4-3-3 instead of 4-3-2-1, which was used by Vernidub, Ukrainian coach. But even now in Chisinau we talk more about Vernidub than about Sheriff, because we don't like very much to talk about Sheriff. Yeah, really. Can you imagine? Can you imagine their owner? he fought in 1992 against us. He was on a tank. He had photos on a tank. He has photos on a tank, you know. He is sustained by Russia. They have a Russian military base in Transnistria. They receive for free gas from Russia for 30 years, you know, and then they sell us electricity for money, which they do from gas. It is 100 profit, you know, 100 profit. They receive gas for free, and then they do from this gas electricity, which they used to sell to Moldova.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this club is like a circus. It's like a big circus.
Yes, because Transnistria is a zone where for decades smuggling prospered, you know, gun traffic, meat traffic, even cigarettes, alcohol, everything. More than 40% of our industry remained in Transnistria after the collapse of Soviet Union.
Incredible. Wow.
It is just a criminal group which tried to use this story about Sharif like a story of success, but it's not true. They don't have they don't perceive themselves as Moldovans. And I think it's they violate sporting principles, you know. They really violate sporting principles because they gain their money from smuggling. How can you earn enough money for a stadium which costs $200 million and another 14 fields, you know, and such a great academy? Where will you find so much money in Moldova? Just from smuggling.
I think we could probably ask the same to Fedorov, the Aris president, but we won't go into that right now. Stavros, you got a question for Dumitru?
I was going to ask about the population in Transnistria. Basically, are there Moldavians or it's like Russians, Ukrainians mostly?
Dumitru? Mangosen.
Έχασε μας. Man got droid,
May
man.
you please repeat your question because I disappeared.
There you go.
I asked about the population in Transnistria.
May you repeat your question because I disappeared.
Yeah, I was asking about the population of Transnistria. Is it like mostly Russians, right? Are there any Moldavians in Transnistria living?
Oh, they have double citizenship. They are citizens of Russia and Moldova at the same time. It is the same story as with Crimea and the east of Ukraine. They just created Transnistria is an enclave. In this way, Russia just trying not to lose their influence here in this part of Europe. Yeah, they don't want to afford us to join Romania, to join European Union. So they created this. Transnistria is the first Crimea, we can call it so. The number of population in the beginning it was more than 300,000. But during the years, it reduced considerably. Maybe now a little bit more than 100,000. You know, just 100,000, and more than 1,000 Russian soldiers, peacemakers, so-called peacemakers. You know, for more than 30 years, they try to create peace in our country. It's such a hilarious thing. We are like a neutral country, but we have a Russian army on our territory. It's impossible.
Yeah, we know a bit about that. We know we have like some similar situations happening.
Oh, okay. No, Sharif is just a criminal group. Just a criminal group.
Still,
We-
still, basically, να έχουμε και τη Μολδαβία μαζί μας αύριο, man.
they
Come
just
on.
try to exploit this story.
Dumitru, are you
for
supporting
me-
Omonia tomorrow? Is Omonia your team tomorrow?
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Come on.
Really? No, because
Lovely.
even Sharif doesn't have a Moldovan player in their first
I told you,
lineup.
yeah.
Maybe Cheladnik, the goalkeeper. Maybe, but I doubt.
Well, I
The
look
single-
at the squad. I look at the squad and I see French. I see Jamaica. From Trinidad. I see African players. I see Brazilian players. But I don't see any Moldovan players.
I counted today almost 20 nationalities. There are some Moldovan players, but the only one who can who probably will play tomorrow can be just Cheladnik,
The
goalkeeper, yeah, just him. But even in the previous season, Athanasiadis was the number one. Yeah, the first choice was Athanasiadis, and he had some great performances in against Real Madrid, against Inter, against Shakhtar Donetsk. Yeah, and I think now when he got back to AEK, maybe he will be the first choice in AEK. Who knows? But I don't want that you think that my hate to Sharif it is like something, how I say, in Moldova it is very, very difficult to be the fan of Sharif, because even in Chisinau, our historical team is Zimbru Chisinau, and Zimbru and other 6 teams from our internal championship, they just try to survive. They don't have money. They play on fields surrounded by wasteland. Zimbru uses to rent its stadium for gaining some money. They pay players just some €100, while Sharif pay 15,000, 20,000, and when they manage to achieve Gushan's goals, so he pays them more. He pays them more, because his desire is just to play in Champions League. He even Ion Testimițanu said me that Gushan told to his friends that he doesn't count Europa League. For him exists just Champions League.
Champions League, yeah.
Yeah, he wants just to play in Champions League.
Well, unfortunately for him, he's in the Europa League. Dumitru, do you know much about Omonia? Do the people in Moldova know about Omonia? Obviously, the draw was made, and you guys might have some questions about our team. Do you know anything about us?
No, I must confess that I found out about this team just several days ago, and maybe now 95% of Moldovans don't know about this team. Yeah, because we are not so great football fans. We had a good football tradition, but now our football, our internal championship degraded, degenerated, and one of the main reason is Sharif, because it is a hegemon, so other teams can't evolve, and this is why we degenerates for a decade, I think, already.
Yeah. One team has the money. One team dominates.
Yeah.
And that's what happens to the league, unfortunately. It's a monopoly.
Still, it's like sorry, it's like Ελλάδα πριν κάποια χρόνια που ξέρεις ο Ολυμπιακός με τον Μαρινάκη έκαμε dominate year after year. Οι άλλες ομάδες απλά 20 πόντους, 15 πόντους πίσω πιάννουν το μήνες πριν ο Ολυμπιακός. Κάπως έτσι.
I think even I got what you said.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
People in Moldova, they are happy that such a team as Manchester United will come. Yeah. They really hoped, in spite of all this hate, they really hoped that Sharif will qualify again, and such great teams like Real Madrid or Inter or Manchester United will come again. So the best news for us is that maybe Cristiano Ronaldo will come to Chisinau. But I must confess that it is quite an infantile attitude. Yeah, because you try to ask me about your team, about your players, about we are not so involved in this, you know.
Well, you might be excited to see Bruno come back. You might be excited to see Neil Lennon in the technical area shouting and screaming. You never know.
Yeah.
Well, Dumitru, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate your time. I hope you enjoy your time in Greece. And in the second game, hopefully we'll have you on again and we'll talk about the preview that one as well.
If you call me, it's such an honor for me. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you again for your time. You have a good night.
Nice to meet you, Dumitru.
My pleasure.
Ciao.
Goodbye.
Bye.
There you go. So, that was interesting. Fucking hell. Doesn't want them to win. I'm all right with that. So, Ben,
έχουμε extra supporters.
Yeah, there you go. So what do you think we're going to go with, Avrio, then? What system do you think we're going to go with?
I think he's going to stick to the same system, man. System that wins won't change. I just don't think he's going to change anything.
What about the lineup?
Kasama comes in, I believe.
Για τον Mix?
Probably, yeah. I see him replacing Mix. I would say Karim as well. I think Karim might come as well.
That's what νομίζω he's going to go Kasama, Bash in the middle. Number 10 is going to be Bezos. Και να βάλει τον Bruno με τον Karim.
Yep. Συμφωνώ το ίδιο.
Thank you, boys. See, look, our boy
Thank you, guys.
Like, my goodness.
I see they support the pod, man.
Yeah, they're brilliant. They're brilliant, the Karim Mesa boys, man. They're brilliant. I haven't watched their recent podcast because they're talking about Abuel beating Anorthosis, but it's a great pod. It's a really good pod. And do you know what? It's Greek speaking, and I understand it. And they got good banter. More. Jesus, do you see that? Did my
man, you got droid. You literally got droid.
You see that?
Sorry, Roimu.
Yes, no, maybe.
I can hear you, but your image is shit.
I've got the curse.
Okay.
I've got a curse. I'm cursed. I'm telling you. Man, honestly. Fucking hell. Jesus. I wonder if hang about. Let me just stop my camera 2 seconds. Let me see if I can sort out my fucking connection here because this is taking a fucking piss. Honestly, I'm cursed today. My internet is fucked. Right, Ade, what about now? Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you see me?
Yeah, no, I can see you.
Hear me. Fucking hell, Jesus Christ! What a fucking night. Anyway, Hade, shall we wrap it up? Dibistevko, what, draw?
Yeah, παίρνουμε ένα σκορ και να το πάμε rap. Draw?
No. I don't know anything about them, so I can't like. I'm gonna have to look at how they play. I'm gonna have to look at how they play. I haven't seen any clips. I don't know where I can find any information on them. I can't even go through Transfermarkt. The end, that's not factual. So Engson, I don't know their players. I don't know there. I really don't know. But listen, if we played the same way we did against Ghent, we'll beat them 3-4-0, no problem. No problem. But again, I don't know. I don't know.
Να σου πω, πριν να το κλείσεις.
By the way, I've just got an SMS internet provider. They're doing updates. That's why my Fire Stick is fucking updating.
It's okay.
Sorry, carry on. You were saying.
Just before the Dumitru about some key players we should watch out.
Ναι.
Είδα λίγα ονόματα, είδα κάποια highlights. Κοίταξα, μπορώ να σου πω και 3 παίχτες που πρόσεξα. As you said, Ambry, that guy for sure. Badolo, number 10, Cedric Badolo, is one of the main guys that takes the ball up ahead and moves it forward. And I would say Akambi, one of their new guys, Rashid Akambi, on the wingers. Those are some players I noticed. But I'm positive, man. I'm positive.
Have you seen them? Have you seen them play though? Have you seen any of their games or anything like that?
Fetos ain't alive. I've watched last year a few. Fetos ain't alive. I've watched a lot, but I've watched all their games highlights and I've read like some stuff and I translated.
And that's all right because I need to look at some highlights. I'm sure there's some videos out there or something on YouTube where you can see their highlights. So I need to know what system they play, which defenders are any good, if they've got any weaknesses. Obviously Dumitru didn't really know too much about the players because if he doesn't know and the journalists in Moldova don't know, what the fuck are we gonna know? Jesus.
Φίλε, να σου πω, it's true in Moldova, and it's not that as huge as here, the football. It's like and they don't have the money for it. They're levels behind. Τα γήπεδα, the stuff, everything.
Yeah, well, anyway. Well, hopefully we'll get the win and start well. We've got Sociedad after that away, I think, and that's going to be that's going to be very difficult, very, very difficult. And then obviously United. So, and if we start off well, listen, the way I see it, if we get 2 wins or 4 points out of Sheriff, we'll finish third. Because I can't see Sheriff beating Sociedad or Man United. So, best case scenario, we finish third. Yeah, we're still going to be in the Conference League. So it's not going to be a bad thing. But we can't underestimate them. We can't underestimate them because obviously they're an unknown quantity. And it's going to be a tricky one. We get the win at home. If we start off on the front foot, then I'll be confident. But I'll tell you what, we're gonna shock some teams this season. I said it. We're gonna shock some teams. If we get a draw away at Sociedad and beat Man United, which I think we can. Oof. Anyway, Stavromo, thank you for jumping on. Do you want to tell our viewers your Instagram or anything like that you wanna promote?
Hey, it's okay, man. I'm not for that. Hey, I'm shy. I'm glad
I'll tell you. I'm gonna tell everyone what your Instagram is.
It's weird. Leave it.
Zen underscore send it. So Zen ZEN underscore send as in send me dick pics and it as in show me it. There you go.
Yeah, basically.
In fact, let me just put it. Let me put it here.
Hey, it's okay.
No, I'm gonna make you famous, bro. Come on.
Oh yeah, I am just glad you brought me in. I really wanted to talk with you.
There he is. Don. There's bro. Give him a follow, and if you don't follow, he's got more followers than me. What the fuck is going on? Fuck off! Don't follow him. Thank you so much for jumping on.
Nice to chat to you, bro.
Take care, man.
See you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you, boys.
Come on, let's do
Πάμε
this.
Shilaka. Let's get the 3
man.
points.
That's it.